And the other shooting I was involved in was another SWAT call. This one was an old Vietnam vet. He had gotten in a fight with his son and his, I guess, I don't know if she was ex-wife or not, but it was a DB kind of situation. He had barricaded up in the backyard of a house inside of a Greyhound bus that had been converted to kind of like a motorhome. So he was in there. He wasn't giving up. He was going to, I'm not going back to jail, all the shit that they say all the time. And so we had a gas plan in place. And as soon as I launched I was the first round of gas. So as soon as they gave the call to launch gas, I launched my first round of gas. And I had a single shot 37. So I launched my first round, and I'm under gas mask and all that stuff. Launched my first round, and because I can see where he's at, he's kind of, he's backlit in the windows. So I can see him walking, and I punch around behind him to try and keep him to one part of the bus. As soon as that round goes in, I look down, break my 37 open to put in another round, and I hear pop, pop, pop. And so I was kind of like, what was that? That was like way lower than a 37. I knew it wasn't a 37 millimeter, and I figured somebody else was going to be launching gas. So I looked at my partner. I said, hey, did somebody else shoot gas or like shotgun rounds? Or and he goes, no, I think he's shooting at us. Like, nah, it can't be. He's an old man. He's not going to shoot at us. So I load up my next gas round, and I put another round in the bus, boom. And as soon as I launched that second round, and if anybody's seen a 37 go off in the dark, there is a signature flash like nobody's business, right? So got that flash and backlit us, and he went to work on us. He started laying down rounds our way. So we grabbed cover, and he was shooting at us. And then, so not only was he shooting at us, but he started shooting at our teammates who were in an armored vehicle.
Do you know what he was using?
He had an SKS at that point. So he was firing off an SKS. Actually, he had an SKS and a shotgun with slugs. And I remember, because you would hear the SKS and he had a 45. And you could hear the distinct differences between the rounds. And then the 12 gauge, when he shot that, he actually shot our armored vehicle. And I remember, you hear the shotgun blast and then a bong, like, holy shit.
Dude, he wasn't fucking around.
No, he went to war on us, man. And so we get cover, and we're up on a roof. So, because that gave us the angle down into the bus and kind of a spot where he wouldn't suspect, we would be. But the problem with that is we were kind of in the open once he started shooting. All we had was an AC unit to get behind, and then we ran down the roof a little ways, and there was a drop in elevation. And we got behind that drop and kind of hung out there while the gunfire settled down. So we had a sniper, and he took a lull in the gunfight. And then a few minutes later, they made some announcements or something like our negotiators, and he starts shooting again. And he's shooting at the armored vehicle. So I asked my sniper, like, can you see him? And he said, no, I can't see him. All I can see is the flash of the rifle. And I said, well, fucking shoot that, dude. Like, put some rounds on him. So the sniper takes a couple shots at the flashes, assuming that a guy was shouldering the rifle and standing behind it. And the gunfire stopped. So we're like, oh, fuck, okay, cool. Sniper got him. So we chill for a few minutes, and then he goes to town again, starts shooting again at the armored vehicle. And so me and my partner are talking during this, and I said, hey, dude, you have a better position. If you can pop up, if you pop up real quick and tell me where you see the gunfire on the bus, where he's at, then I'm going to pop up and I'm going to put it on him. And he's like, all right. And so he gets up and gets back down, and he's like, okay, like third window over or whatever. So I said, all right, if he keeps shooting, dude, I'm going to get after it. And so he's all right. So we told all of our people around, because we had different elements in different positions that were not in armor. They were on foot behind, corners of buildings and stuff. So we told everybody, stand by, grab cover, because I can't see my backdrop, but I'm going for him. So everybody else gets some cover, because we're going to put it on him from this angle. So everybody checks in, cover, everybody's good. And he starts shooting again, and so I pop up. And at that time, I had a HK-53, so I was shooting a HK-223. And when I pop, my buddy says, this window, boom, I pop up, and I start laying rounds on him, or at the flash. I'm essentially shooting at his flash. And I went to work with my rifle. My buddy, for whatever reason, chose his pistol. He starts shooting with his pistol, and we're just shooting, and then everything stops. And once it all stopped, we laid back down. We check each other. Anybody hit? No, we're all good. Anybody down there hit? No, everybody's good. Lull in the gunfight. So we're like, okay, we had to get him that time, right? And lo and behold, we did not hit him. So, and we didn't know that at the time because there was a pretty good lull in the gunfight. And at this point, there was probably a couple hundred rounds exchanged back and forth. And so everything settles down, no more shooting for quite a while. And then all of a sudden we hear one pop. And it's kind of a weird muffled pop, right? And so we're not sure what's going on.
Shoot himself?
That's what ended up happening, yeah. So to shorten the story a little bit, we end up breaching that Greyhound, getting in there, finding him. He self-inflicted gunshot wound. None of our rounds hit him.
Wow.
None of them. It was amazing. And so what the investigators think he was doing was when he would shoot, he would squat down, go over the top of his head, and just fire at where he thought we were. And so we were firing at what we thought was a shouldered weapon, but he had it up high, so we were shooting over the top of him, essentially.
In terms of the cover, though, I mean, he was just behind a thin-skinned bus, though, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I mean, if you had gone low, it would have got him.
Yeah, we would have got some hits.
Man. How long did you wait from the time you hear the muffled pop, the single shot, before you actually went in and found him?
That was probably a good 2 hours.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so the negotiators were working it because we thought he was trying to bait us in because of how the night went. And so ultimately what we ended up doing, we got removed from the rooftop, got some relief. I went back, I got coffee, I grabbed something to shove down my throat real quick, like a hamburger, whatever they had at the command post. And then they said, hey, we need a team in the armor because we're going to rotate them out. So I took the armored vehicle, went back out, and eventually got the order to try and breach the door. And, dude, I got the luckiest hit because we have a ram on the front of our armor. I got the luckiest hit ever, and I hit the door to the bus just at the right spot that disengaged the hydraulics. And so the bus door opens up.
Oh, wow.
And he was actually laying right there, and he was still breathing because he had something over the top of him, like a handkerchief or something, and you could see it flutter with breath. So, again, we thought he was playing possum, and we sent a dog. The dog ran up, grabbed him by the leg, pulled him out, and you could see, it was a dead body, essentially. When the dog pulled him out, he was just limp and got pulled all the way down.
Wow.